Hey there and welcome back. When you've built your online business, it's imperative to use your resources and take some time to market your business. One of the most effective methods to market your business, especially if you've just started out in the internet business scene, is solo ads. So what are solo ads? Well, to make it simple, solo ads is a form of advertisement sent out to an entire or a portion of an email subscribers list. The rule is you're purchasing your intended audience or targeted traffic in the form of a mailing list. Your main goal is to drive them to your landing page. You may also purchase solo ads to promote an affiliate link. So where do you find your targeted audience or your intended mailing list? Generally, when you have an ideal audience in mind, you've got two choices. You can deal with a solo owner where they have already established their own mailing list in a specific niche. Now, you may also contact an ads broker who acts as an agent for this business. When you purchase a solo ad, the emails sent out to your audiences are dedicated emails. This means the email revolves entirely around the product or service you intend to promote. The emails are focused on a particular niche or area depending on the product or service advertised. This may range from the selling of supplements to fitness campaigns. So why solo ads? Well, in a nutshell, solo ads work best for those intending to drive quick traffic in large numbers. This can be applied in contexts where you're about to launch a product or if you need traffic to be sent to a web page immediately. In order to search for your intended mailing list, there are two approaches, as I mentioned earlier. There are solo owners or solo ads brokers. So what's the difference between the two? Well, solo owners are individuals who own their own solo ads. They have established their own mailing lists where they'll sell a solo ad to you, and it's dependent on your market. Usually, solo owners will charge you by cost per click or CPC. This depends on how many customers are interested and click on your email for further information. Having said that, there are some downsides to opting to purchase your traffic from solo owners. As the name suggests, solo owners are only solo owners. Initially, most of them do have a specific mailing list for marketing and business purposes, but as their mailing list expands, many people inquire to purchase their lists where they have turned it into their main niche. Therefore, they're only interested in making money by selling you their lists. Sometimes it's possible that their mailing list does not even correspond to the advertisement that you intend to sell. This means you're wasting resources as you're promoting your product to the wrong audience. Secondly, certain markets or niches have very few solo owners, as the market can be relatively new or it's not been explored by many consumers. For instance, markets that cater towards very specific products for a very specific audience. An example would be supplements to control the sugar level of diabetes patients. As a result, you might find it difficult to generate or find suitable mailing lists for you via solo owners. Another drawback is, as the solo owners are charging you based on CPC, the conversions may be low. As stated earlier, some of the mailing lists would not entirely hit the bullseye for you, as the audiences are a mismatch. Now let's move on to solo ad brokers and how they aid in generating traffic. Solo ad brokers are individuals who may manage 20 to 30 mailing lists assigned by their respective owners. They observe the progress of each list carefully. They're also known as the agents of solo ads, just like how real estate agents function in the property investment scene. They know which lists are active and which aren't. They also have an idea of the list's interests and how many clicks are made per list. They're paid by the list owners, and they usually charge you based on cost per thousand, or CPM. Therefore, you don't have to worry about the cost, as it's highly unlikely for them to charge you unreasonably. How do you measure CPM? Well, CPM is a jargon referring to the cost of a media vehicle reaching an audience of 1,000. Usually, how solo brokers work is they advise you on the traffic you should purchase based on the available lists. When you test run your solo ad and you find it's not generating the amount of traffic you want, you can always go back and discuss the problem that you're facing to your solo brokers. This kind of transaction is also made available through Facebook Solo Ads group. It can be a public or a closed group. In a particular group, there will be solo ads brokers or vendors as well as the buyers. The brokers advertise the lists that they sell. Meanwhile, the customers who purchase the lists can publish testimonials on the group's page. Therefore, the members of the group will get direct feedback, and this will enable them to weigh their selection of lists. One of the drawbacks is that the solo ads brokers are also dependent on the market. You need to scout around to ensure you're dealing with the right broker where they provide you with your intended audience. Different markets have different solo ads brokers. Don't waste your resources by making the wrong choice. There are solo owners